It's James Smalls, the one and only rock star farmer with the Seekret Garden Family Farm LLC, located here in Walterboro, South Carolina. Yo, I don't know if you can hear that sound in the back, but like, that's the sound of some hungry pigs. And today's video is we're gonna be feeding them some of this 15% and soybean meal. I'm gonna be mixing it up, but you know, anytime they see me come back here or hear that four-wheeler roll up, that's that sound that they make, man. They just be squealing and squealing and squealing like they ain't never ate before. But, you know, if somebody say you eat like a pig, I don't know if that's really a good thing or not. However, this is what we got right here. We got some of this 15% hog feed, which is this lighter color one right here, and some soybean meal, which is right here. And we got some little piglets right here. And look, we got pigs jumping over. They hear me, but they ready. So it's my time to don't start making their feed. But like I said, we got this 15%, which is good for the growth of the pigs. We got that soybean meal, which adds about 40% of protein. And so them two combined, that's 55% protein that you're gonna feed your pigs. That's gonna get them to that proper weight within 8 months. You know what I mean? Depending on the type of pigs that you have. Over here on the Seekret Garden Family Farm, we raise Yorkshires mixed with Durocs. And coming soon, like as of tomorrow, I'm gonna be making another video about the 2 IPP. That's the Idaho pasture pigs that we're gonna be adding on to the farm over here. You know, well, just stick with it. I'm gonna be mixing up some of this feed and I'm gonna be feeding them. So I just wanted to add a little bit on. Can y'all hear that squealing? That's the sound of homesteading at its finest. You know, got these pigs. That's the sound of money in the bank, actually. You know, look at these pigs. They was over there wallowing in the mud on this inside section over here. However, I'm gonna get to it. I gotta mix up these bags of feed, put in these barrels right here. So as you continue to mix it, this is the soybean meal. This is how it looks when it's all mixed together. And you get a nice evenly brownish, yellowish complexion feed for your pigs. But the soybean meal, like I said, is 40% protein. Then with this 15%, you got 55% protein to get your pigs to that right weight. So yeah, now I've got everybody fed. The feed is mixed up properly. Got them sitting here eating their 15% with the soybean meal. For some reason, they all like to tag team up on the same feed trough. However, you know, we got some of these bigger females. We got one boar and 2 pregnant females over here. But they love that 15% slash soybean meal. You know, you can feed them corn, you can feed them whatever you feed them. However, this is that magic potion. These pigs love that 15% hog feed mixed with soybean meal. I don't know what it's got in it, but whatever it is, they love it. And so, certain times I'll feed them just straight corn. The bigger pigs like it, the smaller pigs really don't, so I soak it in water. However, you know, today, I just gave them that 15% with soybean meal and just got them out here eating, you know what I mean? So, basically, owning pigs on a homestead is it has its ups and downs. You know, you got your good days and your bad days. Days where, you know, you just want to harvest them all and get them all sold. Or days that, you know, I love seeing them being born. I love seeing the whole process of the little piglets coming up and doing their thing. Like these little 4 right here, these the 4 Bauer brothers. And bring them some feed, but they still got some leftover corn and 15% from yesterday that they snacking on. But I'll hop in there in a second. But that's them. We got some bigger ones over here that's just doing their thing. And so When it all boils down to it, it's important to feed your pigs a proper nutrition to keep them healthy and to keep them at that right weight. So when it's time to harvest them, you know, if you're in the business of just raising pigs for your family, for food for your family, or on a bigger scale of selling it to the public, you want your pigs to be the right size when you go to harvest them. So feeding them that proper mixture like I just do, that's one way to get them to that weight. I'm James Smalls, the one and only rockstar farmer with the Seekret Garden Family Farm LLC, located here in Walterboro, South Carolina. You know, if you like my information, comment, subscribe. This all information is for homesteaders, whether you got pigs, chickens, goats. You know, you just got to take that first step and get the ball rolling. Once you take that first step and get that ball rolling, you know, you got these big hogs right here. And pretty much, I would say all of these females, is only one male in here, and all of these females are pregnant as well. So it's coming up. We're going to be having more pigs born here within the next month and a half of the Seekret Garden Family Farm LLC growth and expansion program with the pork. Like I said, let me finish what I got to do. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe on how you like this video. Thank you.